Hello everybody, I'm Dylan O'Regan, and welcome to the project demo for Sol Djers, a game developed collaboratively between myself and Noah Salomons. Without further ado, let's take a dive on in. So Sol Djers is an isometric RPG adventure game where you control a party of adventurers as they explore throughout the galaxy. We start off in our own little training area, and as you can see, we're already late for class. We'll take a minute to explain the movement of our game. As you can see by our little tutorial, we can select characters either by clicking on them or by using the number keys. We can also select our party as a group by dragging with the left mouse button so that it covers both characters. And as we can see, we can control our characters with the right mouse button, either independently or as a group. But let's see if we can make it to class on time. I'm going to take a second here to talk about our event manager system, which handles all of the actions that we want our players to take. It allows us to buffer and queue all of our actions, which will come in handy, as we'll see in just a second. But as we get up here, you can see that we have a couple of training dummies that we can practice on. Split these guys up so we can show what's going on. Now, with at least one character selected, we can right-click on the enemy, and we'll begin auto-attacking. Some characters attack from up close, while others can attack from a distance. We also have a number of abilities that we can see are down here in our hotbar. To use them, we just click the key corresponding to the ability that we want to use, say Photon Punch, attack that does a lot of damage, and aim at our enemy. As we can see, that did a bit more damage than our regular attack, but we have a variety of abilities at our disposal. We can also use the space button to pause the game at any time. This allows us to think a bit more tactically and queue actions that we want to take, as opposed to having to do everything in real time. This is also where the event manager comes in handy, because it allows us to queue different actions and cancel them as we make strategic decisions on the fly. But let's go ahead and take care of these training dummies real quick. We'll just give one to each character and have them take care of that. Now, as we defeat our training dummies, our cutscene will play, where we see our training facility overrun by an invasion of monstrous creatures. Now, I'm going to take a second here to describe our enemies, which consist of both melee and ranged characters. These larger guys in the front are melee characters, and they will run up and attempt to attack any enemy that's near to them, whereas these ranged characters will stay in the back and lob projectiles, much like our female character here. So, before we get into our combat, we're going to take a moment just to queue up some actions that may be useful. Say we want to protect our ranged character, so we'll cast Protecting Light on her. And we want to deal out a little bit of damage, so maybe we'll use Splitting Ray that will fire a bolt that will split perpendicularly and hopefully hit someone else. So we'll fire that at this guy in the back who seems to be standing next to someone. Now, when we hit space, see that all of our actions begin to happen. Now we see that we took this guy out pretty quick, which was pretty handy. And we can see that our ranged character here is now shielded. But let's go ahead and plan this a bit more. We can see that this guy's running up, and we don't want to deal with him, so maybe we can have our melee character come and deal with this guy, but first, let's have him cast a flashbang on this other melee character so that this ranged character doesn't have to deal with him. And we can see that he freezes because he just got stunned. Now maybe we can Photon Punch this other melee character while we have our ranged character maybe run over here and do a circular push ability. Now, as we can see, we can also cast our abilities in real time. Oop, and we didn't set this guy to attack. So we can see that there's a variety of options for planning in combat so that we can make either strategic decisions or decisions on the fly. Let's go ahead and see if we can take these guys out. Oop. See, our melee character is running low on health here, so maybe we'll just throw him a heal and set him up to take care of this guy. Now, let's see see what we can do about this last thing. Cool. And we were successful. Now, that concludes our demo, in which we've shown off many of the core elements of our game. Movement, party selection, combat abilities, the ability to pause the game, or issue commands in real time, which we think are critical to our implementation of this isometric RPG experience. We hope that you've enjoyed our project demo, and maybe you want to give it a try yourself.